but there was, and basically I was in a situation where I was given unconditional love, and that included some good direction and being confronted on, being honest, etc. Because I was in a life or death situation. So it occurred to me a few years ago. I said, and I have the same kind of experience here in the two different schools I've been here. I've got a tremendous relationship with kids that people just say we've never seen that before, and it all comes back to that experience. What is the difference between me and somebody else in school counseling? We go to have a teaching degree and go to master's degree for 3 years. So what's the difference? And it comes back to that, what I call unconditional love that I got in treatment centers, right? And so the world famous Hazelden Betty Ford Treatment Center is just over here in the valley, about a half-hour drive from me here. And so I said, okay, I'm going to have to go over and see if I can bring this topic up. Like, who am I to walk into the Betty Ford Center and say, hey, I got a plan for you? But I was greeted there. I said, I'm compelled to come over here because what I've learned in the treatment centers has been a very important part of my school counseling career, and what I've done, and how it has affected kids and helped kids, etc. But I've been profoundly affected by how I was treated in order to get sober, which I've been for 41 years. And so I went over and I talked to, I had made a couple phone calls, and I got to talk to Jerry Moe, who's a national children's director for, now it is Hazelden Betty Ford Centers, and they have outposts around the country. And Jerry Moe is a marvelous guy. And he said, I said the idea that our counselors should have this in residence experience like I have had, right, in treatment. But I said they don't need to be in treatment, but they should at least be able to be here and feel this. And I said, I just can't let go of that idea because it's just sitting right here. And I said, excuse me for being so naive to think I can pop into the Betty Ford Center and come up. And he said, well, actually, Betty Ford herself said, if we're going to help kids, we have to go to them. And we have been trying to go to them for years. And we have not done it successfully and continuously on a continuing program because we have budgets changing out there. We have administrators, et cetera, changing, and there's never been a continuation of the way things should be done that we were able to do them right. So your idea of having certified school counselors come, get this training, and then go back into the schools, I think is a marvelous idea. And I went, really? He said, yes, it is. And he said, I'm not alcoholic. This was Jerry told me. He said, I'm not alcoholic, but when I was in 5th grade, my 5th grade teacher gave me a copy of the Alateen book. Jerry's a little younger than me, but he's been around quite a while. And he said, that changed my whole life. And that one and Alateen is an offshoot of the Al-Anon program, which is an offshoot of the Alcoholics Anonymous programs throughout the world. And it talks about things in the program, helps you stay sober and heal from addiction, right? So if we can heal from addiction, we can heal from anything. So that's what we've done. We've set up a program at the Hazelden Betty Ford Center. It's all been tested and proven, and we're ready to go. We got tangled up here with the virus as far as getting, being comfortable with bringing counselors into the groups and et cetera, because we're not even bringing patients in really. But so that's where I am right now. We've set that up, and so in order to fund that, we have started a foundation, and it's called the Point of Contact Foundation. And our first statement is, if not a school counselor, who? So we've got kids coming into 7th and 8th grade, for instance, that have been traumatized. They're victims of fate. In my case, we got kids that have spent some of their time in Mexico, came through the desert. We have first generation of people that have had enough courage and desperation to come across and get citizenship in this country. And, all of us go through a lot of things, but what does a 7th grade kid that's been beat up at home, or has lost a mother, or doesn't have a father, or has lost grandparents, or is so scared that they can't focus on school, what have they done to deserve that? They're victims of fate. They need to have somebody to talk to. And school counselors across America are the number one. I cannot think of anybody or any organization anywhere in any country that is so much in position that if we can do the right things, that we can help so many kids. It's amazing. And they deserve to be helped. And we know how to do it. You stick around long enough, you get a style that works. And we've got a style that works, right? And it comes down to unconditional love. And the beautiful thing is, you can come up with a whole bunch of ideas on this or that or whatever and heal this or that. But we know what works because we're there every day and we're doing it. And we're healing trauma all the time in various portions. And then we're sticking together. And we're building ourselves. And we're getting our head unclouded by all of this stuff so we can focus on school. There's all kinds of magnificent results of being able to talk to somebody who is really listening to you and cares about you. It gives you dignity, which gives you power.